What's up, guys? It's Pixelated Apollo, and this is Medieval 2 Total War. And this is a 3 versus 3, and I do apologize for not getting more content out as much as I would like to, but it seems like it's nearly impossible to find players and find games that are actually worthy enough to upload. But finally I found one. Finally I played a match where I'm like, it wasn't the greatest match, but I'm like, I can upload this. This is gonna be okay. But this is a 3 versus 3, a fairly large battle. Usually it's around 2 versus 2, 1 versus 1. I'm playing as Russia, so let's go ahead and look at my army real quick. I've got 5 units of the dismounted Dvar. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of the dismounted Boyar Sons, which are Russia's got the coolest, unique looking units, I swear. These are very mean units. These archers is pretty much the core of my army. They are gonna do the winning for me. Here's Tsar Guard, or Tsar Guard. Again, I'm probably mispronouncing all these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of these very good heavy cav units, and then I've got 2 units of archer cav, which is Dvar cavalry. The cool thing about these archer cav and these archers is once they run out of ammo, they're very good at melee. So it's pretty much, they're very versatile, so that's good. My teammate over here is Portugal. I'm not going to go over too much in detail. Looks like he's got some crossbowmen, Pavi's crossbowmen, and some spearmen, and some knights and heavy cav. And then Hungary, they've got some Pavi's crossbowmen. He's got some spear militia. He's got a pretty big army here. He's got some dismounted feudal knights, heavy cav. Alright, and then let's just focus on my opponent right now. Now let me inform you guys that the rules was no guns, no art, and max 5 or max 6-2 cav, as in max 6 cav but max 2 cav archers. So this guy cheated, or not cheated, but like went against the rules, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of these catapults. Now I'm sure all the medieval players out here, whenever you play No Arty, I'm sure you've all encountered enemies that use artillery. So he's got some artillery too. And then this guy has like, I don't even know what he has. What do you have? He's got some peasant crossbowmen, and then just a bunch of dismounted conquistadors and swordsmen, militia, and stuff like that. Alright, so let me give you guys some advice about fighting artillery. So even though they cheated, you do have an advantage, because he's going to be so absorbed with shooting at you with this artillery. Like, he probably thinks it's hilarious right now. But you have the advantage of better infantry, because you put more money into your infantry, because he put more money in these crappy catapults. And look at the accuracy of these things. They're terrible. I was not concerned at all of him killing my army, especially, see, like, he got a good hit there, but they killed 2 guys, like, oh, and then he got some horses, but but the accuracy of these catapults is just garbage. So you just put your men in loose formation and it's not a big deal. But this is where his disadvantage comes in. He's gonna want to protect these, like, at all means. So you have the ability to maneuver all around his army while he's stationed around these, you know, glass cannons. So I've got my archer cav. They're flanking and harassing the enemy. I'm just trying to spread out his army just so it makes it a little easier for my infantry. My archers are going to town. Again, one of the best units of archers in the game. Here comes a ooh. So I'm moving up my infantry. Whenever you're fighting artillery, it's not good to just sit there. Though the accuracy is garbage, I don't want to give them time to really shoot at me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move up. And again, his infantry is not going to be nearly as strong as mine because he spent so much money
Our men are under
on his
attack.
catapults.
We must act now.
And he's got a unit of Imperial Knights protecting them. So over here he ran up some archers, I guess by accident or something. So I went ahead and slaughtered them. He does have some peasant archers, which aren't really a threat. My men are pretty heavily armored and, well, not, like, look, they haven't really killed any of my men. So, you know, I spent more of my money in my infantry, so I have to kind of respond in the correct manner by rushing in, because you can't just sit there and let them pick off your men, especially when I have the edge in melee combat. Alright, so here comes my cav. I'm waiting for the right moment. I don't want to just run in and just get anxious and go in at the wrong time. I gotta make sure there's a clear opening to take out these units of catapults. But my infantry goes in, and I can see that they're pretty outnumbered here, though my units have better quality. I'm just gonna send my cav in here to help support. Watch this. Boom. Took out like the whole unit. This cav is so good. So he has no cav, which is fantastic because he cannot keep up with my fast moving army. And I flank his lines, and then here I see the opportunity to take out his catapults, which at this point is not even that necessary because he's just going to shoot at his own men. One of my units did rout. But on this wing, this left wing here, I'm completely overrunning the troops. And then his teammate over here sends some reinforcements to help him out. Who is playing as France? Yes. There, we just killed his general. Easy peasy. So he's going after my archers, but I'm not too concerned because these archers are beast. Look at
From fire to flame. Our general lies slain upon the battlefield.
A catapult killed my general, which is ridiculous. So we scare off this unit of cav. It's kind of getting messy right now, but so yeah, at this point I'm pretty confident I won the battle. He's just got a couple units here and there. Most of them are routing.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
So we're overrunning them. And then I have my archer cav on here on melee, because there's just no reason to fire at them at a distance. You just want to run them all over. So tips to taking out artillery. Just know that in this case, not always, but in this case, it was all about protecting his crappy artillery, which had crappy accuracy, especially in the fire mode. So the best thing to do is just be more, maneuver around them more, use your cav to your advantage, and you'll find an opening and you'll take them out. It's really not that hard. Just don't get too anxious. Don't rush it. Don't force anything. Just wait. Just wait for a good opportunity to go in and pretty much cause his army to flank. But that is pretty much. He's got a couple of units that stop routing, but that's pretty much the battle. Let's go ahead and look at my teammates fight over here. It looks like the archers have been going to work on this French army. He very wisely he sent up his Pavese crossbowmen, put them in loose formation, and they've just been mowing down these French soldiers. Maybe there's some cav fights going on here too, I don't know. So he's trying to protect his artillery. See, they're so focused on protecting the artillery, which makes sense, but it can cause you to lose the battle because you need to, make sure your front lines don't get...
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast,
let this guy
victory
finish.
will be ours.
Okay. You don't want your front lines to get, overrun. Artillery, it's just... Even if we could play with artillery, I would just maybe get one, if even. So here's Hungary. I think he is beating his person, the enemy in front of him, so he just decided to run over, run over here. I don't know what this guy's doing. His name is the Mindless Clown, so maybe he's just, you know, maybe he's just being a mindless clown. Alright, so I'm moving up my army over here to support my teammates. My army's fairly decently healthy. I mean, again, my heart of my army is these archers. At this point, they were pretty low on ammo, but now they're shooting at the artillery. So I've got all my cav together, even the archer cav. I think they ran out of ammo too. So I'm just kind of putting them in one big blob. I'm going to support my teammate here, go after that artillery. Easy pickings. There we go. Alright, here comes my teammate. He's going to help. I killed him instantly. So now we can take out these archers. And let's look at this melee fight.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Here comes Hungary to help his teammate too. He's getting him from the back, so very good charge there.
The enemy general. Mighty Lord above.
Oh my
we have
God.
captured the enemy's general.
Please, good
That
sir.
will teach the cowardly dog to
Let me
turn
talk.
tail and run.
So this is a really interesting formation here. He's got his spearmen, or his pikemen, behind his melee, like, heavy knights. It's a very interesting formation there, and I do think it works pretty well. Because these hold the men in place, these spearmen, and then these dismounted feudal knights just kind of slaughter them. And that was pretty much the last of the French army.
Cowardly foe runs. It is time to press the attack.
This guy talks way too much. Way too much. Like, it's like, thank you, Captain Obvious. Like, I'm so glad you're here to help support me in these dark times of war. So this is all that's left. I guess they routed and came back. I just didn't see them. Of the Holy Roman Empire. He's got some peasant archers, which are really no threat at all. At this point, that was pretty much all of the good stuff. At this point, this mindless clown just sends his army in a huge blob, which is really disappointing because it doesn't really make for good content. So I'm just gonna fast forward. You can see Hungary, they do the right move and they surround him, which is fantastic. This is why you never want to fight in a big blob. You can just get surrounded and it's just like genocide in there. And here comes my cav. Just trying to get some kills.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Oh. So did you get what's going on right there? You see that really?
Men are
No.
winning the battle. If we continue
This
like
guy.
this, we will smash the enemy.
All right. So it's so crazy in there. I think that was a dead general, but I don't know. There, half his army's routing, the other half is fighting to the death. So it's like ants taking down a bigger insect. And that's about it. The last thing is these two archers.
The enemy army runs. We must pursue and hunt them down.
And of course, you know, they don't admit defeat. He decides to run away and make the game as long as possible. But luckily, the Hungarian player sees that and sends a unit to cav. Thank God. I'm just gonna fast forward, and I'll let you see this final blow to the Holy Roman Empire. It's 2 units of peasant archers. Come on, let's go. Hustle up. All right, here we go. Here comes the charge. Boom. All right, insta rout. Of course, you're gonna, you know, these players, you're gonna come across players that just don't admit defeat, play really scummy.
Victory we have won here today.
But that's it. I want to thank my teammates and my opponents for a great game, and I enjoyed it. And again, that's how you beat artillery. So don't get don't get too aggravated if they have artillery. Just try to use it against them. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.